Celtic have a couple of league games to play before the Scottish Cup final, and we have been handed a massive boost for all of those matches. We will go over exactly what that boost is in today's video, whilst going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Celtic fans hoping to be at Hampden for the Scottish Cup final against Aberdeen are keeping a close eye on ticket updates. Season ticket holders who were successful in the ballot have until Monday to take up the offer of their ticket. Celtic fans still holding out hope for a Scottish Cup final ticket have been given a small glimmer of hope this Friday morning, with just over 500 tickets currently left unclaimed from the first phase of the ballot. After that, any tickets not claimed will be reallocated, but only if there are any left over. That could lead to a small second phase of ticket offers, though the number of tickets available will be tiny. Let's be honest, if there is a second phase, it will be more of a lucky dip than anything else. Thousands of fans missed out in the first round, and there won't be enough left over to make much of a dent in that number. The best advice for now is not to get your hopes up too much. The club hasn't confirmed whether or not a second ballot will go ahead, and it depends entirely on how many season ticket holders fail to take up their tickets by the Monday deadline. If you were in the original ballot and didn't get an offer, it might be worth keeping an eye on your emails just in case. But again, don't expect miracles. Celtic take on Aberdeen at Hampden on Saturday 24th of May, with the chance to complete a domestic treble after already sealing the Scottish Premiership title in style. Demand for tickets has been through the roof, as expected, and the club has had to work with the limited allocation given by the SFA. We know how frustrating it is for fans who go every week and still miss out. Hopefully the club continues to push for better ticket arrangements going forward. But for now, all eyes are on Monday's cut-off and what scraps, if any, could be handed out in a second phase. If you do get an offer next week, count yourself extremely lucky. Most fans will sadly have to watch this one from the pub or the living room. Now for the main story, as Celtic have been handed a boost at Lennoxtown as Nicholas Kuhn returned to first-team training following the knee issue that kept him out of the Glasgow derby at Ibrox. Photographs released from Tuesday's session show the German winger back in amongst Brendan Rodgers' squad, potentially putting him in contention for this midweek's Premiership fixture against Hibernian at Celtic Park. Kuhn's return is a welcome sight as the Hoops look to build rhythm ahead of the Scottish Cup final later this month. The January 2024 signing looked like he had hit form prior to his injury, and his availability adds another option to a Celtic attack already buoyed by the recent form of Dyson Maeda and Adam Ida. Maeda was also involved in the session, having recovered from a whirlwind trip to Japan last week, and playing a full 90 minutes at Ibrox. The Japanese international has been central to Rodgers' front line in recent weeks and looks ready to continue that role through the run-in. Meanwhile, Kasper Schmeichel was pictured training once again, having stepped up his recovery from a shoulder injury suffered while on international duty in March. The veteran Dane teased a return on Instagram last week, and this could be the week he makes his long-awaited return to the matchday squad, if not from the start, then potentially from the bench. Absent from the session were Cameron Carter-Vickers and Alistair Johnston, both of whom remain on individual recovery plans. The pair are expected to miss the remaining league games, with Rodgers carefully managing their fitness ahead of the Scottish Cup final against Aberdeen on May 24th. With a treble still within reach, the focus at Lennoxtown is clearly shifting toward freshness, fitness and fine-tuning the squad for one final push. In other news, Celtic B defender Alistair Davidson is reportedly attracting interest from newly promoted Scottish Premiership side Falkirk, with the 19-year-old expected to leave Parkhead at the end of the season. Falkirk manager John McGlynn has been keeping close tabs on the centre-back, who has shown steady progress within Celtic's development ranks. Davidson has featured 10 times for the B team across all competitions this season, including 9 outings in the Lowland League and a brief appearance in the UEFA Youth League. A positive moment for Davidson came in the 3-2 home win over RB Leipzig in Europe, where he was introduced late on and handled the occasion with maturity, demonstrating his potential to operate at a higher level. Though he hasn't broken into Brendan Rodgers' first-team plans, Davidson's performances have been enough to generate outside interest, particularly from Falkirk, who are preparing for life in the Premiership after securing promotion. McGlynn, known for developing young talent, is understood to be keen on bringing Davidson into his squad to bolster defensive options for the new campaign. Celtic, meanwhile, have no shortage of defensive cover. The senior squad currently includes the likes of Cameron Carter-Vickers, Mike Narocki, Liam Scales, Austin Trusty and Dane Murray. In addition, several defenders are out on loan such as Gustav Lagerbilke and Stephen Welsh, further limiting the pathway for Davidson to establish himself in the senior setup. While Celtic supporters will always be keen to see young prospects succeed at Parkhead, Davidson's potential move to Falkirk could offer him the regular senior football that's vital at this stage in his career. His development at Lennox Town and experience in both domestic and European youth competition should serve him well at Falkirk. Lastly, former Celtic striker Chris Sutton has questioned the club's recruitment since Ange Postecoglou's departure in 2023, following the 1-1 draw against Rangers at Ibrox on Sunday. Sutton pointed out that the majority of Celtic's starting 11 were still players brought in by Ange, despite it being nearly 2 full seasons since he left the club. It's a fair observation. Even with Brendan Rodgers back at the helm and 4 transfer windows behind him, many of the key players in the side remain from the Postecoglou era, Cameron Carter-Vickers, Dazen Maeda and Rio Hatate among them. Sutton's view is that the core of the team that went to Ibrox and got a result has been carried over from Ange's time, with new arrivals struggling to make the same kind of impact. Since Postecoglou moved to Spurs in the summer of 2023, Celtic's recruitment has come under increasing scrutiny. While a number of signings have been made, a couple have become regular starters or standout performers. Sutton said, "You look at that team from Sunday and the vast majority were signed by Postecoglou. That's not a slate on anyone or on recruitment, it's just they are the strongest players in the squad. But the same guys have been doing it for a number of years and the squad will need freshened up. That's how you maintain the determination and drive to keep being successful," he concluded. Ange's time at Celtic was marked by some excellent signings that helped the team become dominant again in Scotland. Players like Kyogo, Rio Hatate and Dazen Maeda, all brought in by Ange, became key players straight away. They helped Celtic play exciting football and win titles. Ange's talent for finding quality players, especially from Japan, left a strong legacy at the club. With Brendan Rodgers in charge, he will want to continue putting his own stamp on the team. While he has continued Celtic's success in Scotland, Rodgers will be keen to make changes. He'll likely look to bring in new players to improve the squad next season and help the team do even better in Europe. With Celtic already strong domestically, the next step is to strengthen the squad so they can make a bigger impact in the Champions League. Rodgers will know that while Celtic are doing well in Scotland, they need to improve in Europe. To be competitive at that level, the team needs to bring in players who can perform at the top level. This summer, Rodgers will have a chance to make those changes. He'll be looking to add the right players to help Celtic keep winning in Scotland and do better in Europe next season. What are your thoughts on these? Let us know down in the comment section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content.